Yowza, that's loud. Good evening. Hey, Nicole. Sorry, I went a little long on my break because I was watching the Cubs game and the Cubs won in 10. It was very exciting. Wish I could show you, but MLB's got rules against that stuff. Hey, Sasha. I just wanted to kick off something. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about. Gabriel Vela, as far as we know, nothing. You know what? Let me check. Give me a minute, see if they updated the docket. But last I looked, they hadn't updated, and nothing happened. To which I'm not surprised. Give me a second here. Let me do a search. Let's see. Willacy County. Trade district. Nope. But no, so far nothing is nothing is updated. Nothing at all whatsoever. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Frustrating but not. Hey, Punky. Sauce. What up, yo? And to be honest, if I can be perfectly honest, to be perfectly honest, and I mean this sincerely, my interest for that topic and her problems is tanking real fast. And I have not been at a high level for a long time. By that, you know what I mean by that. Um, like really intensely interested on what's going on with her in court and stuff. Now it's more eh, like, take take. I don't know how to explain it. They're just losing interest. The same crap she keeps talking about. Maybe it's because I found another one. What's that saying? Uh, you get over one by getting under another. Have you heard that before? Yeah, you get over one by getting under another. And I'll say, you guys know what I'm talking about. I've been posting a few things on. Her name is Jessica Hart. Her page is Jessica is Spoiled. And what I'm not doing is streaming her live stuff because she likes to go after people and get them copyrighted and get their pages canceled and this and that. So I've taken a different approach on that. I don't know if you've seen it. I mean, you might have if you watch what I post every day. And that's it's working out pretty well. It's getting a lot of activity. Uh, I mean, there's a lot of people that like her, but there's a lot of people that don't like her. um, it's funny because I still laugh when people say, "Oh, you're doing it for the money. You're doing it for the clout." Like, yeah, yeah. Those 90 cents are really gonna add to my Porsche fund, so I can go buy my Porsche sooner. So I think that's funny. And if I do make a little bit on here, all I ever wanted to do was make enough so it'll pay my internet, my streaming service, or whatever. All these little these little things that are associated with going live. These little expenses stuff. And if I get all that stuff covered, then I'm a happy dude. As long as I don't got to put out of my pocket, that would make me very happy. Hey, Krista, I'm not monetizing. What up? Hi, Denise. Hi, Maria. Jesse, how are you? Hi, Denise. Did I say you, Denise, already? I'm sorry. Hi, Maria. And Mary Sykes. Yep, just started. Just got on here. And it's funny because I've been. So, this last thing I posted about Jessica was something about a fox. Apparently, she had a fox. Apparently, at some point, she was licensed. Yeah, a fox, a fox, an animal. And apparently, you can get licensed to have a fox as a pet or kind of like a foster deal. And you know what? I can't remember. Let me see if I've got this thing here. It's really weird because it is a wild animal still, right? Well, no, I guess I don't have it here. I thought I did. Nope. And apparently she had a couple of them, and they both died. I don't know if they were sick or I don't know. It's kind of weird to want a fox. And I found out that in Florida, I guess you can legally own a fox. You got to have a special Class 3 license. The Florida, fishing and something, what do they call it? FWC. They need to be. They need to. I mean, they really watch over this. And you can't just go out and catch a fox and take it home. It's got to be from a legitimate, a reputable and legitimate and authorized breeder of foxes. So apparently, she had two on separate occasions, and they both died. And I was thinking about this when I was reading all these little things about the animal, about the fox, and that situation. And then somebody wrote a comment which was along the lines of what I was thinking. only after watching her hardcore for a week, maybe a little more than a week. So she does the cosmetics thing. She does candy. She's got properties, real estate. And it was something else. What else is she into? She's got something else. I'll think of it in a minute. And she's busy. And she goes live all the time. It's her boyfriend. I don't think he's a husband, right? He's a boyfriend and a child. Three people. But she's busy. She's got her hands into all these things, which is okay. But I was thinking, how the hell do you have time for a pet? Let alone something that may be sick, or you have to pay a lot of attention to it. And I'm like, how does that work out? And then to find out they both died. So either they were sick, or she didn't take care of them and they were neglected. Some people were even saying that these animals were, uh, the foxes anyway, were in cages outside, outdoors. She's got a sugar glider. Do you know what a sugar glider is? It's one of those flying squirrels, and they don't really fly, but they glide. They spread their legs apart, and they've got their skin stretches out, and they float. The air, their body captures the air. They float. They're pretty cool. I've always wanted one. Uh, that fascinates me. I'd love to see him, up somewhere up high and then just jump, land on my shoulder or whatever. I mean, but you got to, exotic pets, you got to take care of them. You have to, you can't just, it's not just a dog or a cat. It's not like a cat. You can just, you can barely touch your cat and the cat's fine. Some cats have attitude. They don't give a crap if you touch them or not, for the most part. And you can leave the house for 2 days in a row. As long as you got food somewhere, they'll find it. Their litter box, they'll use the litter box. You can leave cats alone for a few days, and nothing is wrong. But with some animals, you have to be attentive. And for someone who's so busy, and then she travels a lot. I remember last year I would watch. I don't know. Seems like weekly. Maybe I did watch. And she was always out of town. She was always traveling on some island or by a pool or at a beach. She was gone a lot. So, you want to have an animal, any kind of animal, you got to take care of that animal. You can't just, when I heard that the fox was kept outside in a cage, I'm down here in South Texas, and the culture across the border in Mexico is that where they will have a dog and they will put a collar on him, connect it to a chain, and tie the chain to a tree. And he's always outside. And they're like, oh, yeah, we have a dog. He's outside. And that's their pet. And, a lot of times, people feed them and stuff and give them water. But a lot of times they just let them loose. And they at some point, they just get, I don't want to feed the dog anymore. And they just let him out. And he becomes a stray. And that's what I thought of when I heard about the fox being outdoors in a cage. Tammy says they left that poor fox alone, locked in the bathroom for weeks when they moved to a new home. Left it at the old home. No way. See? That's just wrong. I'm an animal lover. I couldn't do that. I absolutely couldn't do that. Lock up an animal and pretend he doesn't exist. And, he'll be okay just because he's locked up. So then people start, I don't know. It's funny. I know there are people that protect their favorite um, internet personality or whatever, and they come to the defense. And people have been coming at me and in the comments, and why do you care? And why don't you mind your own business? And like, people are interested, and people want to know certain things. The real reason, and it wasn't for a Fox, but I started covering her because um, people were ordering cosmetics or whatever else she sells, and they were not. Some people, not all. And that's the other thing. I think I've been fair. I haven't been very harsh on her. Teasing and poking fun is one thing, but I haven't been harsh. Some people, and this list of some people, it keeps growing every few days. And by that, I mean people come forward to say, "Yeah, I never got my stuff, and I never got my stuff." It's been over a year. For one, it's been 5 years, and I'm thinking, like she's got that no refund policy, and I don't know why anybody would order from a company that's got a no refund policy, but they'll give store credit. It's like, okay, fine, but have they received store credit? So that's where, and I'm in the middle of, before I press that issue anymore, I'm trying to get receipts, because I believe in receipts and having evidence. And if you're going to question something further, all right, I want to see receipts. It's not that I don't believe you, but you know how people are. Well, you got a receipt? Show me the order. Did you really order? Show me the proof. And so that's where I'm at with that right now. I'm just because there are some people who want to come forward and speak publicly, and I'm gladly going to have them on. But I just want my ducks in a row, because I'm not just going to throw out some accusatory posts and then not back it up with anything. So, and I think that's the proper way to do it. And at some point, once I have, X number of people with their information, their entire folder with receipts, I'm thinking about contacting her to see if she wants to go live and talk about this. Because I don't mind doing that. Like I said, I'm not looking to put anybody out of business, but just let's get some answers. Maybe you can help some people out. If it's been a year and someone hasn't received their product, and let's say, for example, they haven't received a store credit even, why not just suck it up and return their money? I mean, it's not like it's thousands of dollars per order. It's, I don't know, whatever. How much do these pallets cost that people are saying that it's a subscription for every other month of pallets? What do those cost? Can somebody tell me? I know somebody's got to know. Yeah, Maria, that's. I mean, that's a good point too. If somebody doesn't get their stuff, why does it keep ordering? And then it's a quality thing. Is it good stuff? I mean, is it? I mean, come on. Is it good stuff, or is it like Timu stuff? Is it dollar store cosmetics? Hey, Chris McDonald. I've ordered from her many times, never had an issue. It is normally the haters that will comment and say they never received your order, never ordered. Well, that's messed up. That's true. But, You think they're all like that? They're all haters? Just because they hate her, they say, oh, yeah, I ordered, never received my product. Not everybody. You know, are there some? Okay, fine. I give you that. But once you have more than, small handful of people, and you know what? And I'll be honest about this too. The people that have contacted me, they don't hate her. They're not haters. They don't not like her. They're just saying, well, I don't know. One time, I ordered this and I never got it, or they won't give me a refund, or I've asked for a refund, but they don't speak badly of her. See, I thought I was going to get, oh man, this B and this, check it out, and this is what she said. But no, it hasn't been like that. It's just people want their stuff. Okay, somebody said $20. So it's $20 every other month or per month, or do you know how that works? Abel says he never received anything after never placing his order. Good one. I see what you did there. That's pretty funny. Okay, and there's gonna be more on this as well. So then I hear, she's making this food like candy, all these candy concoctions and mixing this with that and different, name brand candies, and I don't even know what the stuff is. But I did see the video where she's making something for a client and she throws in, I think, M&Ms, and then she goes and she pulls out a hair, like there's a hair and it's got the marshmallow stuff or whatever it is stuck to it with a couple of M&Ms stuck to it, and she pulls it and she misses and she pulls it again, and there's a long ass hair in there. And then she just continued to mix the, like, oh my God. In my opinion, if you're making food for sale to the public, and there's a hair in the batch that you're making, well, guess what? That batch needs to get thrown out and you got to start over again. That's why you wear a hairnet. And then, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. I know some of you that follow her and stuff know about this. But I found the video. Was a video? I think it was a video, but they just sent me a photo. I think it was a photo. This is in her kitchen, shaving her bikini area. Not in the bathroom, like not in the shower or by the tub. In the kitchen. I mean, is that gross or what? I mean, and then this is, I have not seen this, but somebody's talking about, what does she do? She, zaps her hair follicles or something. I don't know what they mean by that. Something about zapping her hairs somewhere. Let me see if I have this. Hang on. Oh no, I don't have it done yet. But you did what? What's up, Krista? Hi, Krista. She was trimming around the muffin. Something that perhaps should only be for her OnlyFans page, maybe. And after seeing that, I don't know why anyone would order anything that you're supposed to eat that's prepared in that place. And then you got all the haters. I call them haters just for fun. I don't think people hate. Oh, she doesn't do that in her house. She does that in a warehouse. She doesn't do that in her house. She does that at her friend's house, kitchen. And then everybody else chimes in and says, no, 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 no. She does it in her own house. And then they send me 10 video clips of her absolutely messy kitchen with stuff everywhere, with the mixing bowl. And I mean, and if you watch YouTube or TikTok or whatever, watch people who make, they're cooks, they're chefs, they're bakers, whatever. And for the most part, when they're doing their stuff, everything is neat. Except for their kitchen stuff that they're using, their appliances, their utensils or whatever, but nobody wants to see a messy house, a messy kitchen. And by messy, I don't mean just what they're working on. But the other day, she was, remember the doing the dishes thing. I mean, they were placing pots and pans and trays, and it was 3 people, 2.5. It's like, what was that, like 2 days worth of stuff? And like, I could. So things like that makes you question. Makes you question when they're selling food. How clean is that place? And not to mention, somebody said there were dogs in there, or whatever pets they had, the fox, and the little boy. He's around, he's touching everything, and he's helping and stuff, and he's sticking his fingers in his hands and stuff. I would never. I don't know how some people do that and not care. And then, yes, I saw the video where this lady ordered stuff and she's excited. She's opening up the bags and gives some to the boyfriend, gives some to whatever, somebody else. Takes one, she rips it open. It's like a long, I don't know, some kind of candy. And she tries to break it in half. Well, guess what? There's plastic inside from some wrapper or something that she left in there. Or maybe it was tape. Either plastic or tape. Let's see. Somebody sent me something. Okay, here's the prices. Bi-monthly pallets, $18, $23, $38, $36. Okay. So, what is the deal? Why do some people not get their stuff? And I guess for the most part, people get it. But that doesn't mean that it's okay that some don't, right? And why is that? Fruit roll up, is that what it was? Okay. Yeah, I can't remember if she took a bite. I just remember her breaking it apart and then seeing that plastic in there. I remember going, "Oh, no way." like a huge epic fail on that one. Yeah, candy is what, $12 a hair is free. You're supposed to floss with it. That's why that she puts it in there. And then Time says no, the cotton candy all made at her home makes the weird concoction at her home. And it's okay if you're gonna make stuff in your home kitchen, but conditions have to be like pristine. And you know what? And even if you're going to have a dirty kitchen, whatever the area that's visible to the camera, at least make that look clean. Even if it's not clean, just move everything so that at least it looks clean. And I'm saying this for sales. If you're trying to sell stuff, normal, sane people, when they see a hair coming out of a mixer, or to see a pile of dishes on the back, behind you or in the sink right in front of you, and they see you wiping with a sponge that's got no soap on it, it's just wet, and even though it's going in the dishwasher, okay, fine, whatever, but it's not a good look. You're just trying to help her in business. Like certain things, you don't need to show the public every freaking thing, everything. I would bet her sales would be better if all this other extra stuff didn't happen on camera. See then, Chris. Hey, Chris. 99% of the candy is made at her partner's kitchen. I don't know, but some of those videos I saw, that's clearly her own kitchen. And now and how clean is her partner's kitchen? I haven't. I have to watch more so I can differentiate. Okay, this is her place. This is the warehouse, which is pretty obvious, and then this is the partner's place. Sandy, hey, thank you for that. It's a laser hair removal gadget, and she does this right there in I don't know, man. So, for all you guys that follow her, and I am not getting paid for this. I'm not. Nobody said, "Hey, we'll give you, whatever," if you just start covering her a little bit. I don't take money like that. I don't do that. Uh, like I said, my pages do monetize. It's not a lot. It's not a lot, but they do, and I try to use that, like I said, to cover little expenses. Um, so because everybody comes at me with, oh, you just want to make money off her. I don't. There are easier ways to make money than just trying to go live every day or every couple days, thinking you're gonna, you know, it's not $1 million there. I don't have like 5 million followers, and although people like to watch, reactions or awareness and that kind of thing, there still isn't a whole lot. Yeah, if you want to shave your pubes on camera, Then why don't you do your OnlyFans? I'm sure people would love to. That people would pay for that. Why do it in the kitchen in the same freaking place? And forget about the candy. The same place you cook breakfast for your kid. Easier way to make money 101. Trim your pits live in your kitchen, then sell cupcakes. Yeah, there's sprinkles and and something else on top. Uh, ugh, man, the more I think about it, it's like yuck is the main word I've got. Hi, Cindy. Hey, Oriana. Welcome back. Leanne, how are you? Michaela, hi there. Jess is magical. I don't know. Like I said, ultimately, if we can get some people to get, oh, and then I get those. Yeah, it's cosmetics, and you can't get a refund on cosmetics. It's like, okay, but you know what? Sometimes if somebody doesn't get a product for years, for a year, for freaking 3 months, maybe you should just suck it up, be nice, give them a refund, and you know what? You'll make someone happy. You'll make someone happy. It's a nice gesture. Ah, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, if you get it all, but X. And what if somebody doesn't want other stuff? Well, we'll give you store credit. Okay, but what if that was their first time? Or what if they only order one thing? And what if they don't want anything else? Why not just give people a refund? If we're talking about this kind of money, 18, 28, 38 bucks, $40, $30, I think if you would do that gesture of, yeah, you know what, I apologize, it's been that long, I'll just refund you. You would make a lot of people happy, and people would say, you know what, she gave me a refund, so it's cool. I'll try again. Yeah, but I think probably a lot of people order enough for her where she loses one here and there, or she loses 10 over a year, whatever. She ain't gonna care. And unfortunately, that's not the way to do business. See, that's what I was wondering. Chuck says, I know he's talking to somebody else, right? In the comments, can you elaborate? Is the makeup coming from Alibaba like we suspect? So I don't know if a lot of you know that um, what Alibaba is. Alibaba is it's a Chinese company. It's a wholesaler, and you can buy anything in bulk for the most part, in bulk, even in smaller quantities, really cheap. And I mean anything. If you're looking to get into business, I mean, and now I know where the dollar store gets all their stuff. And, you know, some of it is good stuff, but at the same time, there's other things that are not good. And when it comes to cosmetics, and I know this only because I do sell Avon. I'm an authorized Avon rep. I have a page where you can order directly from the company. But the quality of the cosmetics matters. Um, if you're looking at, let's say, a palette that costs $18, and then you go anywhere else, even Walmart, Ulta, Dillard's, or wherever you sell cosmetics, and something similar to that is going to cost double, if not triple. I mean, I don't know. To me, if you're going to put stuff on your face and on your skin, and that's just me personally. If you're going to do something like that, it better not be cheap junk. And when I think of Temu or Alibaba, I think cheap junk. I purchased stuff from Alibaba in the past. This was a few years ago. The AirPod Pros, their manufacturer is there. It's the exact same item, but it does not have the Apple logo on the box. So I bought, I forgot, a few $100s worth. So the Apple AirPod box, I think at the time was retail $249. Well, I bought a small quantity. I think it was like 30 or 40 pieces. And I paid like $28 a box. $28. And they're like, oh yeah, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. They cannot put the logo on it because when customs sees it, when it comes through customs, it'll be sent back as counterfeit or something. So I get it. It was cheap junk that didn't work. Some of it did, some of it didn't. The Bluetooth was a problem. And I was able to get rid of my soul. Enough of them worked. I was able to sell them to someone at a discount and get some money back. But not everything, and if you wanted the better stuff, it was going to cost like $65 or $80 per piece. And I got one of those eventually, just so you can buy one as a sample. And that worked. That was okay. That was a good one. But, you get what you pay for. And if you're putting stuff on your face, it should be good stuff. It should be something, it shouldn't be junk. You know what I mean? Yeah, Krista, I'm getting a sense of that. Krista says, honestly, all of her followers are very cult-like, and she is a leader. Well, there's somebody else that I stream for a few years already, and it's the same thing over there on a smaller scale. But her I call them their minions. Her minions, very loyal. She can do no wrong. Even though this person is a bullshit artist. Proven. With the receipts. I don't just pick on people for no reason. There's a method to the madness. But the followers are very very loyal. Yeah, I'm going to put this in the comments. And I don't know if you guys like it or if you know people who like it, or your parents or family or friend, whatever. Go to shopwithmanny.com and that's the link to the Avon store. You order direct from corporate. I have no inventory. Nothing comes through me. That's one thing that I wouldn't do is like cosmetics, small items like that, or clothing. I can't imagine having to have small, medium, large, extra large, 2X, 3X of every single piece of the different things you want to, of, you need a big warehouse to carry all that crap. Like, I'm not ever going to do that. Gigi gets all her stuff from Alibaba. I think Jessica works with a company out of Japan. Yeah, there's a couple of companies like Alibaba. Alibaba's the biggest one, and you can look through there. You should, go open an account. You can get lawn furniture. Buy a sample set. You can get it for super cheap. Good evening, Alexandra. For having over 1 million followers, she only gets 100 to 200. Yes, okay, I did notice that. She only gets 100 to 200 views on her lives. On a good day, 300. It seems like people are losing interest and trust. What I haven't seen is how many views, like once the live is done, like in the following day or days, is it like a lot of views or is it only, I did notice the other day she had 200 and something live people viewing. Yeah, I gotta do that. I have merch as well. I need to update it. Is basically why I don't advertise the merch. Yeah, there's T-shirts and coffee mugs and backpacks and pillows and hoodies and you name it, caps, all that stuff. But I want to update. I got to update the designs on it. I mean, it's on her page. I saw it on her Facebook, like 1.2 million or 1.5 million. I'm gonna take a look. 1.5. So, and I'm gonna say a bunch of those are, I'm curious to know what percentage of those is men, because men will tune in. Men are shameless. Men will tune in just to see. They like cleavage and boobs, and they want to look and they want to watch. And yes, people will do that. That's the truth. Why sugarcoat it? Oh, just like Vanessa. Vanessa's got 66,000, 67,000, and we've determined that a lot of those are Thai, um, or from Pakistan or from Thailand, and a lot of them are just bots. She paid for them because she went from a few thousand, and I mean a few, to like 33,000, like literally overnight, and then it stayed there forever, and then it jumped again to 66,000 or 65,000. Again, just from one point to another. So, and all you have to do is go to the page and look at her followers, and you can see all the names with the weird symbols in them, and they're I don't know if they're from just another country or another planet for that matter. I don't know. And what Vanessa does, and she says she doesn't monetize, and I think I believe it. I think there's so many complaints on her page that I don't think she's. I don't know. Who knows? I could be wrong, but we never see any ads pop up on her video, so I don't think she monetizes. Um, but she pays. I don't know if she pays, but there's Facebook groups where you can join the group if you're a somebody who goes live, and you go to the group and then you share your live, and all the people in the group will give it a view. They'll click in your live, watch it for a few seconds, and then it's considered a view. I think 3 or 5 seconds is considered a view. So she'll have 80 people watch her live program, and then an hour after the show, she's got 14,000 views already. It's like, come. Cora Obidi also went from nothing to 14 million. Maybe they all do. That's possible. I mean, it's possible somebody who's got real good, some kind of specific either talent or something to, you know, to show, maybe not sell, but celebrity like what was that kid's name? That black kid, was he from Africa or whatever? Where he would do video and he would just go, that dude had millions and millions and millions. But that was his gimmick, He'd show a video, and then he would go, and people find it's funny. You know what I mean? Let's see. Oh boy. Okay. Hey, Laura. I'm telling you, people have come out of the woodwork with every kind of uh, defense of Jessica. And I get it. Everybody, like I said, everybody likes to defend the people they like to watch. But it gets to a point where it's like, are you getting paid to defend her or something? You know what I'm saying? Okay, so I'm seeing a few comments about she puts her kid online a lot. Yeah, I'm not a fan of that either. Um, and even today, I think I saw a reel. I think it was Facebook. Hi, Nancy. I think it was Facebook, where these parents are walking through a mall and they got their little girl. Have you seen this thing? And they're going up the escalator with the little girl, and just strangers, a lot of men too, They're like, "Oh, hi, Linda. How you doing?" And the parents are like, "Do you know him?" She's like, "No." And then just walking through the mall or the airport, whatever it was, and people are like, "Hi, Linda." They're talking to the little girl, "Hi, Linda," and it made you real. It makes you realize, you put your photos and photos of your kid online or videos. You're really exposing them to everybody, everywhere. And this day and age, you got to be careful. I mean, you can do that, but I would restrict your page to your own family and friends that you absolutely know you can trust. And that's it. Don't make it public. But I imagine kids get used for clout, or kids get used for to pull on your heartstrings, and I imagine that's why. Uh, Ramon Valdez, she has paid a woman off to not cover her. She admitted it. See, I wonder what kind of money that is that someone would do that, would accept the money. You know what I mean? Anybody know how much do you think that was? How much? Let's see what I'm looking for. Gotcha. Okay. And I'm just curious. I'm not gonna do it. I wouldn't do that. Um, I don't think she don't have that kind. I would, but I doubt she has $1 billion to part with. All right. Just so you know what I ain't cheap. I'll tell you that much. Yes, I've seen this dude. Tammy says she's got a creepy guy named Michael Jenks that posts pictures of her son on his page. She does nothing about it. What is up with that? Any idea? What is up with that? Is he family? Or would he be family or somebody that she knows? That's why she doesn't do anything about it. See, but that's the problem. You're going to complain about that, yet you're going to keep doing it. She's going to keep bringing the child on her live or make videos or whatever. And it was funny because I saw one of her comments, a lot of her comments. I've seen the screenshots. A lot of her comments say, "Show me when I did that. Show me the video where I did that." I was like, "Okay." And then they sent me a dozen clips. There's the kid. 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 I'm like, you know, I would never do that. I would never put a little kid online like that. And I got a grandkid, and he's on my phone on this screensaver and wallpaper. And for as much as I want to say, "Oh, check out this kid," and I never thought I would be that person. Now I get it. The people showing their grandkids, "Oh, here, look. Oh, this was Christmas. Oh, look, this was a birthday. Oh, this was Saturday. We went to go eat. Oh, this was Sunday. We went to the movies." I get it now. I get it. I'm sorry. I get it. So for as much as I want to show off, and I don't want to be that guy, but every once in a while I'm gonna go. I used to be a photographer many moons ago, so I take some really good shots and some certain angles, and I like to, to some people physically around me, I can go, hey, check it out. Yeah, he just turned 2, but I'm not going to put him online. Hell no. So I don't know what's up with that guy, Michael Jenks. And why wouldn't she tell him? Has she told him to stop? I'm curious about that. Hey, Tanya. Chuck Brady. Mama Lou went live with Jessica just like you said you would do. Jessica had the fake tears and played dumb, and then said she would do better about exploiting her child, and then later took Mama Lou to court, saying she was in fear of her and her son's life. Yet, not bothered about things like Michael Jank, say because he is a supporter of her OnlyFans. Ah, money talks. Yeah. Well, I can't be bought unless you got $900 million. Well, then I'll listen. See, but I know that's not going to happen. So anybody can scroll and find it. I almost fell over when I seen he had posted his pic. Oh goodness, a picture of what? Do I even want to know? I did see that masturbating picture, the reflection in the microwave. Yeah, and yeah. I mean, you have to know where to look, but once you find the spot and you see what's happening, it's obvious. And I know, she's not hiding it. She's fessed up, basically, that it happened, and that's what I mean. She was in the kitchen, and then you got that going on there too. Anybody want to take a black light to her kitchen, her countertops? Can you imagine? I don't want to imagine. It's going to be like those, your local news investigations on. We took a black light to a motel room, and this is what we found. Well, and that's where she prepares food. Okay. So let me tell you what I got going on starting tonight and for tomorrow. And yes, sometimes I'll do a fundraiser. Hold on. You guys saw some of this already. Raffle for an Apple Watch. Camera doesn't get. Does that help at all? Maybe not. Anyway, it's the Apple Watch. It's a 44 millimeter. $5 to get in on the raffle. Can't beat that with a baseball bat. Cash App and Venmo. I'll put all the details up there. It's brand new. It's not opened. This stuff is still sealed, or somewhere it's sealed. I mean, it looks like it's open, but it never been opened. Let's see. 44 millimeter midnight. The strap is midnight. Okay, so it's like a dark gray, almost black, right? Yeah. So I'll put the details up on the screen. We just got rid of the Apple AirPod Pros. Series 3 is the latest ones, and somebody won that, and that was delivered. What's today? Yeah, it was delivered. What day was that? Holy crap! Wednesday or Thursday? It got delivered. Hang on a second. And I only do Cash App, and I'll do PayPal as well. I guess Venmo too. And it's all the same. You're going to see it here in just a second. And I do those for transparency. You know, I can see who sent money, who didn't, who did, and I have a record of your name. So when it comes time to, if you win it, it's easier to communicate with you. Yeah, somebody mentioned if I was going to do a Samsung, I'm like, if you know, once this thing is over, and I was looking at the Samsung today, it's not bad looking. But there, you know, there's Apple people and there's Samsung people, and they're very different. Um, but back when I got this, I asked a few people what size they prefer, and everybody went when they had the bigger one, the 44. It's like, okay, we'll do the 44 millimeter. So I will post on that as well. I got to figure out the yeah, there is $5 a ticket, but if you do $20, you get 5 tickets. If you want to, you know, purchase like a bulk, and so instead of getting 4, you'll get 5. I'll put that in the post. I like Apple, but you know what, that it's because I'm a Mac Apple person. You know, my system's here, everything, phones, and everything just syncs up. It just connects fluidly. It's electronically gender fluid. Yeah, and it's really not that big. It's a nice display to look at. Um, let's see, what else was I going to put? I was going to talk about something else as well. So, Kat, hi there. Kat says she will use paper towel to wipe several things, including her nose. I think I did notice she goes to her nose a lot. I wonder what that's about. Oh yeah, the Ash Trevino boy toy. His name is Santos. That's that kid that she exposed her when she was live. That's kind of what I mean. She was popular, for being an inmate hopper. That's that chick that only dates that would only date inmates, and she just was pleaded guilty to Medicaid fraud. Anyway, that was one of her. That was a live that exploded because she flashed her breast and her pokey came out. It was on a live TikTok, and I swear there was hundreds of thousands of people that tuned in to watch her live all the time. Hundreds of thousands. It's bizarre. Anyway, that kid, I say kid because he was a young kid, like 18 or 19. He just got arrested. I guess the charge is attempted murder. So she likes inmates, so maybe she'll go after him. Once he gets a prison inmate number, maybe she'll finally be happy and marry him. All right, Leanne, have a good night. Yeah, her nunu. that was a weird time. All that, and I mean her popularity. People would just watch her, and all she would do is grab her phone. She would grab her phone and just and she would do this for hours. And when she was making good money, and by good I mean a lot of money, she was making 25,000 per day. Oh, he's been released. So he was arrested, but he's released, and I guess he's got problems. He's got problems. Hi, Lee Millie. How are you? Yeah. I mean, it should be that way. Anybody could have a page, but the things that people get away with is the scary part. I sent a video clip in Messenger to another Messenger person. This was not public. And it was a school bus. It was a driver's aide on a school bus. And she was sitting there, and there was a special needs child to her right by the window. She was sitting next to him. And I don't know what the heck happened, but she started wailing on the kid and just hitting him and punching him and elbowing him. And I think his leg ended up fractured from the attack. So I showed that. I sent it from Messenger in a Messenger chat, not on a public post. And I got restricted. The restriction on that, there were a bunch of restrictions. The last one is, which is weird, says you cannot change your page name until November of 2026. they changed my page name. It's my personal page. It's my name. Why would I change? Anyway, but that got me restriction for that. So, but people can show their. I've seen the way women hide flashing their breasts or flash. Yeah, they'll flash it. Like they'll have a microphone here hiding the breast. Bare, it's bare. The other side is covered. And they're holding this, it might be like a bottle or something. And just for a second, they'll do something like that. And that's all over Instagram and Facebook. It's all over the place. They don't get restricted. Oh man, yeah, that's weird. I don't know. And even though I know that, Facebook, whoever else, you get spied on. They're watching what you say, and for the most part, I don't care. I'm not a somebody from China wants to follow me drive or wants to watch when I'm going live or I don't care. Knock yourself out. But in a messenger chat to get restricted over something like that bothered me. And that's why I keep saying I want to move to YouTube permanently, and I just haven't yet. It's weird. Some people don't like YouTube for some reason. By that I mean watching a broadcast on YouTube. Oh, I don't like. It's so complicated. I have to open an account. Okay. I think it's more traumatizing opening up a Facebook account. Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't know. I mean, she's an exhibitionist. I'm talking about Ashley, Ash the Rash, like I call her. Ellis County, is that where she got? Is that where her court thing is? She was in. Is that Enos? Enos, Texas? Is that where that's at? Yeah, YouTube is growing on me more. Plus, if I do YouTube only, then I won't have to pay for a streaming service. It is. Okay, yeah. Interesting. YouTube mail, coincidentally. Yeah, Enos, Texas. A lot of people don't like her. A lot of people don't like her. I just find her more annoying than anything. I'm talking about Ashley. Ash the Rash. Ash the Rash. So yes, I've got another thing to put up tomorrow, and I got some more stuff coming up. So, and I got a lot of messages about this Islam and Sharia law guy Eddie that I was talking to the other day. Man, interesting program. Scary as hell for sure, but really interesting. Oh man, that Clancy chick. She's the one that sent her husband on the errand so that she could unalive her children. And then I think she was trying to unalive herself, right? That's when she jumped out the window, like 4 stories, I think. So the problem is she didn't die, but she became a paraplegic. I think she's paralyzed from the waist down, and so now she's on trial for murder. And I don't know. I've been meaning to catch up on that. I just haven't been able to. The other one that started today was the trial, the Tupac murder trial. That started today. Now that one I'm interested in. I mean, so many years later. Oh my goodness, when did that happen? 1996, and now I mean they finally, eventually they got somebody who they believe is the killer, and now it's going to court. That's a long time. That's a very long time ago. Oh yeah, P Diddy. I think he had his hand in that for sure, 100%. Yeah, 96. All right, I think that's all I got for tonight. Unless somebody wants to toss another topic in, we could talk about. Gladly do whatever. I don't gotta be anywhere. I'm a night owl anyway, so if I'm not here live with you, I'll be in bed with my phone. I think J Lo was a useful idiot. I think she was involved, but I don't think it was on purpose. I think they used her for something. However, although her name was thrown around for a little bit back when P Diddy was in court, once he got convicted, her name just dropped, disappeared, and she was trying to distance herself from any of that talk. And then she got this, what do they call it? What do they call it? Is it an internship or whatever they call it? She's got this a bunch of shows that she does in Vegas. She had a Vegas contract, and so she's doing that. And I mean, I like J Lo. I've been following her since before Selena, but she is full of herself, very, very much so. Um, she craves attention. She gets mad or sad when she doesn't get it, and I'm okay with that because I think she looks better now than she did 20 years ago. She can't deny it. She's a good-looking girl. Woman. There you go. Thank you. Residency. That's the word I was looking for. She's got a residency in Vegas now. It's funny. One of the highest, these certain posts, they'll get a few views. They'll get a couple thousand, a few thousand views. But whenever I post something on JLo, the views just explode. And it's the same thing with there's somebody else. Um, it all depends on I like to put up true crime stuff. I'll see something that'll catch my eye and I'll look into it. Yeah, I want to do a little write up on this, and I'll grab a photo, I'll pop it up there, put a story. But J Lo is one of those that, or like celebrity news, gossip kind of stuff. People eat that stuff up. The one that dropped off really was, what was popular for a while when she got out of jail was Gypsy Rose. She was popular when she came out of jail, and not popular in a good way, but people were just like, God, what? How is she being allowed to make money? How are they allowing her to make money? She killed. I don't care what. She killed her mom. She had a hand in it. Yeah. So, and it's funny. So she was popular, and people wanted to know everything she was doing. Everything she was doing. And then it seems like when she left the dude, I forgot his name. What was his name? The big guy, her boyfriend, or they were married, right? The husband, I forgot his name. Well, she left him. She went to Ken, and then they hooked up, and all that looked phony as hell. People think Ken is gay. They may be right, but it didn't. It looked fake. And then her popularity just dropped. It just disappeared, and now finally, it seems like people just don't care. They don't care what's going on with her. And I lost interest in that. Also, it doesn't nothing there. But there was a time when it was very popular. The Perez Hilton thing, sad. Now they're saying so his mother now wants custody of his kids, and I hope she gets it because the dude is a ticking time bomb. I mean, it's sad what happened, but I mean, I don't think he did it for views because why would you? I don't know. Maybe I don't see that in people, but why would you mutilate your body and have permanent scars for the rest of your life for views or attention for money? I know they got money issues. I think he does, but I don't know. Just something is off. I don't think he did it for that. I just hope he's getting psychiatric help. Yeah, Punky, and I heard about that too. I heard he was a real. I remember some stuff. He was a real asshole. The way he went after people. I don't think he's out of the hospital. I don't think so. I think he's in a psychiatric something right now. Um, but that was shocking to see that. I mean, to watch somebody bloody like that, and I didn't think, what the hell's going on? And I was watching the video. I've seen the whole video, and I'm like, what? It didn't. It didn't click right away what was going on. But then once it did click, and once I started reading oh god, and that's when the extended video was sent to me, and I could only watch 3 or 4 seconds. It was really disturbing. It's like, yeah, I can't watch this. It was just bad vibes to watch. It's like, like no, don't watch it. And then there were people saying, don't watch it. Just don't watch it. It's not good for you to watch that stuff. Don't watch it. There's another one, Britney Spears. You know, Hollywood is an evil place. You know, I truly believe if you want to be famous, like real bad, you know, the family is struggling, your parents are struggling, your whole family is struggling, and you want to do something, and you can go to Hollywood and sell your soul, and things can happen for you. Yeah, that's exactly right. You will get your, diamonds and pearls and cars and houses, but it's going to come at a price. And there's some people who can deal with that. And maybe they have a support staff, close friends or close family to keep their head on straight while they sell their soul to the devil. But they have people around them that can kind of keep them from, being taken over the way I think Perez Hilton was taken over. And somebody asked me recently, it's like, oh, don't you want to get into acting? Yeah, you could be an actor. You could do this and do that. Like, I said, yeah, probably. But, the Hollywood scene, not for me. I know J-Lo wants the fame. She wants the fame. She loves the fame. She loves the limelight. She loves the spotlight. But then there's times where she's going out, she wants to be with her kids and having lunch on wherever. And you can tell she's annoyed by the paparazzi or people just walking up to them. They want their picture taken. They want an autograph. And she just doesn't want it. And I think it would suck that you wouldn't be able to walk down the street or go grocery shopping or something. But you can't peacefully. I do groceries and I put on my AirPods on both sides, put on my podcast or music or whatever it is, and I'm listening to. I go and I do my thing. And I can't imagine not being able to do that every single time you went out and people following you and cars following you and someone always taking your picture or you're having lunch or you're having dinner and they're knocking on the glass and they're trying to eat and I'll pass. The brow? What? Are you talking to me? Me? What brow? Yes, the whole entertainment industry. And that's not just movies. It's music and everything. Didn't you guys watch the interview? What's his name? Cat Williams. The interview he did, I think it was 2025. No, I think it was 2024. And he said 2025 is going to be the year where all this is exposed. And then, sure enough, man, a lot of things got exposed in 2025 for a lot of different people, for a lot of different reasons. That interview was so good. He was on with, hang on, let me find it. If you hadn't seen this thing, Club Shay Shay. And what he explains about Hollywood and these black actors and how some of them make it and then how some of them don't is really interesting, and it's really, really believable. And you know what? And when you think about it, you can listen to him and go, he's right. I'm going to put it in the comments if you haven't seen it. The whole video is, the whole interview is 2 hours and 45 minutes, but it's worth it. You don't have to watch it. You can just listen to it, but it's worth it. That was one of the best interviews I had ever seen, based on just what he talked about, his experience, what he refused to do, and he was given a hard time because he would not, dress in drag, for example. That's something that they want you to do in Hollywood for some reason, is to have men dress up in drag, black in particular, black and brown in particular. And if they didn't, well, then they wouldn't have such, great success. Except for some people. I don't think I've ever seen Denzel Washington in a dress, and I don't think I ever will. But he's strong. He's strong-willed. As like tough he is in the movies, well, he's like that in person, from what I hear. So check out those. Check out that video. Yeah, Chris, it was good. Is Obsession a Tyler Perry movie? Because I don't like Tyler Perry. Those Medea movies? I've never seen. I saw one. Couldn't finish watching it. It's just not my thing. Medea is not my thing. Not a fan. And then I started to realize a lot of his, a lot of the Tyler Perry stuff, and like, I was not a fan. Hey, Denise says, man, I have friends in the music industry, especially in the R&B, and they are industry of the story. They tell me the stories they tell me are crazy. I've heard them stories. You know what's a really good documentary? If you haven't seen it, see if I can find it here. Yeah, here it is. The documentary. I'm going to pop it up here real quick. It's called 20 Feet from Stardom. It's a modern day documentary about background singers and some of the voices that the music to and the lyrics to, but you never knew who the voices were. Well, this video shows a lot of them, older ones, famous ones, songs that you've listened to all your life, and you just never knew. Then you're like, oh, okay. And that's very telling also. If you can find that, I mean, the music that they helped to create. I mean, even if you got to rent it, if it's a $4 rental or something, it's worth it. It's really interesting. So if you get a chance, it's called 20 Feet from Stardom. It's really, 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 really good. Really good. I keep hearing about Obsession. All right, maybe I'll watch it. Is it more than just an obsession movie? Because I've seen a bunch of obsession kind of movies, and like, why is this one any different? Unless it's different. Let me do this. Yeah, so it's really good. It's you know, I don't like crappy movies. I'm a big. I mean, I love to watch good epic films. And when I like something, I like to say, "Oh, you got to watch this. You got to watch this." Or good TV programs. There's not a lot on TV that I will push people to watch. One of the greatest ever, Seinfeld. Oh, you got to watch Seinfeld. The first season was a little iffy, but that's until they found themselves, and then it became season 2, 3, 4 were um, Yellowstone, freaking amazing series. The Sopranos, one of the greatest TV dramas slash a little bit of comedy, but one of the greatest dramas ever. James Gandolfini was such a great actor. I was so sad and angry when he died. He was such a good actor. Um, oh man, Boardwalk Empire. I'm telling you, HBO would put out a lot of good stuff. Boardwalk Empire with Steve Buscemi. Oh, man, epic. Um, they also had the other. What's it called? The Western one. It's coming up here. Deadwood. Deadwood is like the Sopranos of the old Wild West. And I don't like Western. I don't like Western movies, but this was so freaking good. Man, we could talk about these things and be on here for another 4 hours. Oh, Breaking Bad, Krista. And then Better Call Saul. These things that you just can't stop watching them. It's hard to explain. Oh, that is so cool. You named your dog Walter White. That's funny. Great series. Sopranos. And I still binge watch it. I'll binge watch. I own it, digital and on DVD. I own it, all of it. And what I started doing lately, I go on YouTube and I start to watch reaction videos of people that have never seen movies or TV shows. and you get to see their reaction. And with some of them, it's like you're watching with friends, and you laugh at the same time, and you're wondering if they're going to get this joke or that reference or whatever. But it's like you're watching with friends, and it's pretty cool to watch reaction videos. But yeah, the original Sex and the City. I mean, it was not my thing, but the few episodes that I did watch, and it's HBO production. It was good stuff. It was good stuff. Oh, what? Why didn't I see that, Krista? But is that your real last name, or is it? Did you just take it from the movie? Better Call Saul was really good. The dude was annoying sometimes, the way he was, but and then once you put it together, Better Call Saul, and then Breaking Bad, and then what's the other one called? El Camino or something like that. And there's a whole cult. You can go online and it'll tell you which one to watch first, which series to watch first. And I think it's Better Call Saul, and then Breaking Bad, and then El Camino. I think that's the way it is. Well, that's cool. I mean, it's a coincidence since we're talking about. Yeah, it's that was fun. Oh boy, I always get nervous when KK sends me stuff. Oh, it's a slasher film. Oh boy, what you send? Oh, I've seen this guy. Slasher Talk. That's a good channel. Obsession. Is that the Obsession? Oh, okay. Maybe I will watch Obsession. Harlingen, Texas Expo. What up, cuz? How you doing? How are things in HRL? Yeah, The Sopranos is great. And I've read a lot about and heard a lot about James Gandolfini. Plays this mobster, tough guy, right? Kind of a big guy. But they say he was like a hippie. He was a hippie. He wore open toe sandals. Uh, Hair was always messy. He wore those, I don't even know what you call those, kind of pullover, looks like some kind of canvas shirts or whatever. I don't know. But he was a hippie. And you would never know it. You would never know it. Another good movie that he was in is called The Mexican. Have you seen this with Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts? Funny. It's a comedy. It's a romantic comedy, but it's really good. It's got some action in it. Great, great movie. The Mexican. Look that up. Brad Pitt, Julia Roberts, James Gandolfini, and that's a good one. That's a good one too. One of my favorite. Here, I'll wrap it. I'll start to wrap it up because we're going on a couple hours now. On Netflix, House of Cards. You got to watch House of Cards. It's politics, okay, but it's like Washington D.C. meets The Sopranos, and they made a show out of it. House of Cards. Kevin Spacey. Really good. I think it's the first 3 seasons are good. Whenever the Kevin Spacey character departs, that's where you stop watching it because then it became crap. But give House of Cards a chance. It kind of exposes and shows how things are done in Washington D.C. and the deals that are made or the backstabbing that happens. It puts it out there for you. It's really good. I think you should watch it. Yep, 42, great movie about Jackie Robinson. Yes, ma'am. Okay, Ozark. Oh, Ozark. I got into the first season. I liked it, but it started to me was annoying. It's one of those movies where it seems like everything is like blue. They put like a gray blue tone to the everything. It's always dark, and it started to bother me. That's why I didn't like Game of Thrones. For one, fantasies like that, that's not my kind of not my kind of thing. But if you're gonna watch Game of Thrones, you have to do it either at night or in a room where no light comes in at all, no reflection from a window. Because there are so many scenes that are in a cave or in the castle, very low light, and if your room is too bright, it's like you're not going to be able to see it. That's why I say watch it at night and have a good sound system, or put your AirPods on, listen with headphones, so you don't miss anything. Still, not my thing. Yeah, right, Denise. It was just too dark, and I mean literally, just too dark. It's not bright enough in it. That's kind of weird. Bloodline, Netflix. That's another one that's good. Let me see. Bloodline is good. I know this kind of messes with the background a little bit, but that's all right. Yeah, there's been a lot. Then movies, oh, man, I can go on and on and on. Like I said, we'll be here till the morning just talking about movies. A few months ago, it was last year, right? I think it was last year. I was trying to find a way where we can all be in a private chat or something, or private, um, like a private live that's not to the public. It's only to whatever the criteria were going to be, but it was private, where we can watch a movie like together. And I was trying to figure out how to do that, but you got to be careful because you don't want to do it on one of your social media channels, because you will get copyrighted and they will shut your page down. You'll get big penalty. So I'm still looking for that, because it'd be fun to do that every now and then. Can you imagine that? Like 50, 60 people just watching the same movie together at the same time? I think there's a way to pull it off. I just got to be careful about that, because nobody, we don't want to get in trouble by restricted. Just no, I use the same. Yes, I just rebranded a little bit. But yes, originally it was Manny behind the mic. That's where I was originally. That's what my page name was originally. Really, on Discord? I should check out Discord, because I think it'd be cool to watch like a series. Maybe like 2 episodes at a time, because they're like an hour, right? Maybe watch 2 episodes at a time and watch a whole thing. Kind of discuss throughout what's happening and stuff. I would do that in a second. Maybe I'll check out. Thanks, KK. Maybe I'll check out Discord. Yeah, Discord is a man. How do you explain Discord? It's a social chat, I think. Right, KK? Is that what? Let me see. Discord is a free online communication app that lets people talk via text, voice, and video. It is organized into invite only or public servers, which are called virtual houses or channels or rooms, where groups can hang out, share screens, and chat about shared. Okay. Hmm. I wonder if that would work. I would so do that. Stream and yes, you can stream and watch movies with friends on Discord by joining a voice channel. Clicking the share your screen button, selecting specific applications like web browser where your movie is playing. Oh man, I know what I'm doing tomorrow. I know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. So you got to get Discord. Just an app. It's an app. It's a simple app. Um, Mob movies, Casino, Goodfellas, Godfather 1 and 2, uh, The Irishman. Good stuff. Good quality stuff. It really is. Somebody will come and copyright it. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I guess to get away with it, Discord is. Hmm. I thought it might be overseas, but they're out of California. Interesting. See, I'm gonna set up something tomorrow on Discord, and yeah, I'll figure that one out. That's gonna be fun. All right, I'm gonna go and I'm not gonna say I'm going to sleep because I'm probably gonna go hang out on my check out my phone, check out the news and everything for the next hour or so before I crash. And then I got some work to do tomorrow. So, hey, Jennifer, what up? Yeah, you missed a couple hours. It's been fun. It's been fun. You mean Kick? As in, I know there's a Kick app, but there's the that one, right? KIK, or is there another one that's KICK? I don't know. I like the sound of the Discord server, but I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm sure it does. That's why I gotta play with it first and experiment, right? All right. That's all I got for tonight. Hey, it's been fun with you guys. You guys are a good bunch. Um, I'll be posting a couple things on the JIS. You know what that is. Tomorrow. I've got a new one. I'm not going to do it just right just yet. I'm going to wait till tomorrow. But it's got to do with shaving. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Hey, Jennifer. Sorry you got here late, but do the replay. Do the replay. It was good. And then earlier I had John Allen. I went live. John Allen, there was an interview about his situation with what happened at the Walmart in Weslaco, Texas, 6 years ago. If you guys didn't see that, if you don't know who John Allen is, go back and watch that. I did that at 7 o'clock earlier today, 7 p.m. And he helped save somebody who was mentally disturbed, went into a Walmart with an AK-47 and was probably going to do something very bad. And John saw it. He was in a parking lot and he chased after the guy and went in behind him with his own weapon. And anyway, he tells the story. He got notoriety for it, although he didn't really want it. He turned down a lot of things that were being offered to him. He doesn't like the title hero because somebody did lose their life that day, and it was sad because it was somebody who was probably reaching out for help, and it was disturbed. It's a good story. If you haven't heard it, go back and check that out. It was last night at 7 o'clock. John Allen, that's who it is. He's usually here in the comments with us every time we're watching Vanessa or streaming Vanessa. He's in there. He's had a run-in with Vanessa. He knows her well. So get a chance to do that also. Yeah, 6 years, I know, right? Texas. I am in Texas, South Texas. And I mean south at the border, like at the tip. Like go to Texas and then go down to the tip. It's right there. I have one bridge that's about probably a 5 or 10 minute walk. Driving, you can get there in like 60 seconds. Another bridge, probably a 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk. Driving, you can get there in 5 minutes. And the other bridge is next to that one. That's another 15 minutes. It's in downtown. So I can be on either one of those bridges in a matter of minutes. But I don't, because Mexico is dangerous and I'm not going over there. And call me whatever you want. I don't care. All this crap. Oh, it was his time to go. Or, oh, he died doing what he loved. It was his time. Like, no. I think if you put yourself at risk, you're increasing your chances of something happening to you. Like, I'm not going to go swim in the ocean with a bunch of sharks so a shark can, take a bite and cut me in half. I'm not doing it. So I just increased my longevity of life by not going in the ocean swimming with the sharks. I'm not going to parachute where your parachute can break or not open or malfunction or whatever. Oh, he loved doing, it was his time to go. It's like, no, it wasn't. Don't jump out of airplanes and you will lessen your chance that you're going to die that way. That's what I believe. And you can't change my mind for any of that. Anyway, Mexico is a little too. It's a touchy thing, and I haven't. It's been a couple years since I've gone, and I won't. Not interested. There's nothing I need over there. Everything I want is here on this side. This is America. You can get anything. Don't need a dentist. Don't need a doctor. I got my insurance. Got everything I need is over here, and I'm okay with that. Yeah, you guys have been great. Thanks for hanging out with me for a couple hours. We will talk again mañana. I'll put up the details for this $5 raffle. $5. You can buy a bunch of tickets. I hate this. I don't like this. There it is. That's the way to do it. $5 a ticket. Can't beat it with a baseball bat. I'll put those details up later. By the morning, they'll be up there. Have a good night. Thanks for being here. And tomorrow is another day. Yep. Time to go. Listen, was on 20 years ago. Yeah. Don't need to go. Don't need to go. Thanks, Jesse. Yeah, if you didn't see it, it's and it's really good. It's really good. All right. Have a good night, everyone. See you tomorrow. Bye.